Thousand names and thousand stories. 154th name Vamanaya Namaha. A war erupted between the celestial beings, that is Devas, led by Indra, and the demons, that is Asuras, led by Mahabali. During the battle, Mahabali was killed by Indra using his powerful weapon, the Vajrayudha or the thunderbolt. The demons, grieving their king's death, took Mahabali's body to their guru Shukracharya. With his mystical powers, Shukracharya revived Mahabali and performed several yajnas, that is, sacrificial rituals, for the welfare of the demons. From these yajnas emerged powerful weapons, chariots, and armies. Energized by these forces, Mahabali launched a fierce attack on Indra akin to a phoenix rising from the ashes. Fearing Mahabali's new-found power, the Devas fled from the celestial realm, that is Devaloka. Mahabali, triumphant, declared, "From now on, I am the king of all realms." Distressed by the turn of events, Aditi Devi, the mother of the Devas, approached her husband, sage Kashyapa, and asked, "Where have our sons gone? How can we find them? What is the way for them to reclaim their realm from Mahabali?" Sage Kashyapa advised her, "Observe the Payovrata, a form of fasting and worship where you consume only milk for 12 days. By doing so, you will please Lord Vishnu and he will bless you to resolve this situation." Following her husband's advice, Aditi Devi undertook the Payovrata. Pleased by her devotion, Lord Vishnu appeared before her and promised, "I will incarnate as your son." True to his word, in the month of Bhadrapada, under the Shravana Nakshatra, a divine child, short in stature, was born to Aditi. This child was called Vamanamurti, and his radiance illuminated the entire ashram of sage Kashyapa. The brilliance of Vamana also enabled Kashyapa to discover the hiding places of the celestial beings. He summoned them and instructed, "Go to Mahabali's sacrificial place and take the forms of plants, trees, creepers, flies, and ants. When Vamanamurti arrives, the radiance from his body will bless you and you will regain all that you have lost." The celestial beings followed sage Kashyapa's instructions. Vamanamurti, carrying a kamandalam, which is a water pot symbolizing simplicity, detachment, and purity, and flaunting a deerskin on his shoulders, entered Mahabali's sacrificial place. His radiance astonished everyone present. Mahabali welcomed Vamana with reverence, saying, "Your presence completes this yajna." He then washed Vamana's feet and sprinkled the holy water from his feet onto his head. Touched by the divine radiance of Vamanamurti, the celestial beings in their disguised forms regained all their lost possessions and returned to their celestial realm. Although it may seem that Mahabali was punished by the Lord, he was in fact blessed. Having received the radiance and grace of Vamana, Mahabali was made the ruler of Sutala Loka, one of the Patalas or netherworlds, and was granted immortality, becoming one of the Chiranjeevis. Additionally, Lord Vishnu granted him a boon. Mahabali would become Indra, the king of gods, in the next Kalpa, a cosmic period of 4.32 billion years, during which the universe undergoes cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. The name Vamana signifies the one whose radiance brings good to all. Without discriminating between the celestial beings and the demons, the Lord's radiance benefited everyone. The celestial beings regained their celestial realm, and Mahabali was granted the position of ruler in the netherworld and became immortal. This is why the Lord is called Vamana, which is the 154th name of Vishnu in Vishnu Sahasranamam. Let us invoke the blessings of the Lord to recover our lost possessions by chanting Vamanaya Namaha.